Well, welcome to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
And I'm the co-host, Pastor Wayne Moore.
Always a pleasure to host with you.
It is, my brother. It's always good to be in your presence, man. You know, I miss being around you, man. I mean, too many people don't like being around me, but I really miss being around you, man, especially when we come to do this show.
Well, how could anybody not enjoy being around you?
Well, that's just the way it rolls, man. That's the way I roll.
Yeah, well, we thank God for those who are around us now, our viewing audience. Thank you for joining us. And you can also watch this show when it's over, as well as others that you might have missed on WHMB TV 40 on YouTube. Subscribe while you're there and like us.
Like us on Facebook. We're there waiting on you. Just hit us up. We'll be right there. We'll appear right before you on your screen. And you have a great time watching Real People, Real Voices.
And speaking of watching things, we have been watching the number of people who might be interested in becoming a police officer.
Yes, you can be the po-po if you want to. You'll find out how to do that right here.
Yeah, and if you got a problem with the po-po, as Dr. Moore has articulated, become the po-po.
Become the po-po after you get out.
Or we should say police.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that is right. So it's a great job, and Commander Ida Williams will be joining us here momentarily to tell us about that and much, much more. So text somebody, tell somebody, email somebody.
Jobs are available.
Yeah, tell them we've got all the information right here on Real People, Real Voices. Stay with us. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back, and we have a lot to share. We're joined by Commander Ida Williams. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. And I kind of want to start with something that you came up with and we were able to do on the east side of Indianapolis, and that's pizza with police officers and pastors.
Yes.
And what is the goal for this initiative?
Well, I think when I first got the idea to do this, the first thought was community policing. I know that as an agency, when I came on 32 years ago, that was how we did our jobs. I mean, by building relationships in the community. And so we've gotten away from some of that over time. I know that we're back with that motto, but that concept, that's where it came from. It's just having real conversation with people within the community to just discuss issues and concerns. And not only that, how we as individuals can come together to find solutions to what's happening here in Indianapolis. So thank you for being the first host of that. Yeah. We're looking to continue that. And so hopefully the first week of May, we can have another conversation in the community and have some pizza.
That pizza was great.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of response. A lot of folks were streamed live. So we had a lot of folks who were tuning in via Facebook and YouTube. And quite a few folk came out. So hopefully we'll see that continue around the city. One of the things a lot of people have been concerned about and talking about is recruitment for IMPD. Are you all hiring?
Absolutely. We will be hiring for quite a while. Last year, the City County Council allowed us to increase our workforce. So we are now, instead of looking for 1,743 officers, we have now been increased to 1,843. So we have some work to do. We have about 200 officers to hire. And so it's going to take a lot of work. And so recruiting, of course, is something that I would love to talk about and share with the audience. But it's very important. And it's not only important that we get just 200 police officers. For me, it's important to have the right person, the right police officers. And hopefully those numbers can help diversify our workforce. We need people that look like me, black and brown folks, so that, again, we know when we're at the table, we just police our community a little different. And so hopefully we can get the message out that we are recruiting. We're looking for a number of candidates, like I said, at least 200. And we're hoping to get a diverse pool of candidates, not just black and brown people, but women as well. We're down when it comes to women, and so we're looking at hiring more females. We have our 30 by 30 initiative, and that's a national challenge to increase all workforces when it comes to law enforcement with women by 30% by the year 2030. So we're hoping that Indianapolis has accepted that challenge, and so we're hoping that we have a long way to go. We're just under 14% when we talk about women in law enforcement here in our community. And so we're looking to increase the ranks by females by 2030 with that initiative as well.
And you said a lot there, and people need to know, because a lot of times people say, well, why do we need to hire more police officers? Of course, there are attrition factors where police officers are retiring or quitting. And sometimes police officers do get terminated, and it does not get into the news media, where the merit board, because of some issues, officers get in trouble and they may be let go from the force. But I think people need to know that there's a standard in the United States with regard to the proportion of police officers per 1,000 residents. And we have never, as a city, been at that particular standard per the FBI. And they had that. It doesn't get out much as to that, but sometimes I hear people say, well, we don't need more police officers to lock people up, but I look at it as protect and serve, or serve and protect. And the districts are large, and I do hear people say, hey, we want police officers to get out of their cars, but if you don't have enough police officers, that's not possible. So how would you respond to people saying, well, we don't need more police officers to lock people up?
And I agree with you. We do need more police officers to protect and serve. And we need those police officers, again, to get out and just meet those. We need to get back to the basics, right? We need to get out and be able to talk to people and find out what's going on. We cannot do our jobs without the community, and I'm just going to be honest. We can't solve crime. We can't do anything without the help of the community. But it's not just about locking everybody up. It's about meeting people where they are and getting to know our neighbors. And so that's why I think we need more police officers. And I think people will hopefully feel a little more comfortable when they see that, hey, we know the police in our neighborhood. We know that if I call Commander Williams or Ida Williams, that I'm going to get not just a police officer, but I'm going to get someone that really cares. And so that's why we need to hire more officers for Indianapolis.
And talking about hiring officers, you got a job fair coming up.
We do. And so April the 30th, we have a job fair that's going to take place at 901 North Post Road, which is our training academy. And it's not just IMPD. We're going to have the firefighters. They're going to be there, animal control, IEMS, and the sheriff's department. So it's like a city-county public safety day, a public career fair. And so it's going to be a number of us talking about the positions that we have. But also, we're going to be talking about our civilian civilian positions, because we know that everybody doesn't want to be a police officer. But we do have employment opportunities for what we call our public safety positions. And so those are people that are not the police, but they get hired. The starting pay is anywhere from 31 to 47, depending on what their experiences are. But they'll be responding to, let's say, an accident, to take that accident report. Or if someone calls and says they need to make a police report on A, B, or C, that person will respond to do a report. But then also evidence collection, and then wagon drivers. We know that we just got a new jail, and so we're going to be transporting those prisoners to that location, so we need wagon drivers. So all of those are going to be, we'll be talking about on April the 30th, and that's going to be from 10 to 2 at the Training Academy.
Outstanding. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something.
No, I'm just listening, and I think I thought the public safety positions were all full, the civilian piece. So you still have not gotten that.
We have not. So, and we have plenty of positions open.
Yeah.
So someone can go to our website, joinimpd.indy.gov, and not only look at the positions for sworn or merit police officers, but also these public safety positions are on there as well. And so, and not only are we looking for someone that has never been a police officer before, we also have a lateral class and positions available.
Tell us about the lateral move.
So the
and
lateral.
what is the incentive for the lateral move, if there is one?
Well, we do have some incentives. I'm glad you asked. And
Yes.
so anyone that is looking to join our police department as a brand new officer, there's a $5,000 signing bonus. So let's say once they get through the process, which is a challenging process, once they get sworn into the academy, they'll get $2,500 at that point. And then once they graduate from the FTO program, they will get the additional $2,500. And that's for a brand new officer as well as for someone that's looking at lateral in. That means they've been a police officer somewhere in the state of Indiana or even out of state. So they can lateral and do that, and those incentives are the same. And then we have incentives for our employees. So whether it's an officer or a civilian employee, if they refer someone to our agency and that person is successful throughout the process, they will get a $1,000 incentive. So we have a number of incentives going on to hopefully help to increase our workforce.
All right, let's put a pin right there. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more from Commander Ida Williams, IMPD. We'll be back. Well, welcome back, and we're joined by Commander Ida Williams, IMPD, and we're proud of the work that you're doing with the department and all of the many years of service that you've given as well. And before we go on to talking about the POW Club and some of the other things that you'll share with our audience, we talk about those civilian positions.
Mm-hmm.
Will they have arresting powers?
No.
So they just...
They will be strictly civilian positions. And again, they're called public safety officers. So they won't have a gun and they won't have any of that. And of course, when they get out there, if they need help or any support, they will have the radios and they'll be able to radio in for any assistance that they may need.
And how long is their training?
Their training is, I'm not quite sure, but they will be at the academy. I think it's a couple of months, though.
So it's not the same
No,
rigorous...
it's not the same. Absolutely not. When you are hired in as a police officer at the academy, that's 26 weeks. And then after you graduate from the academy, you have to go through what we call our field training program. And that's another 20 weeks with a veteran officer. So, yeah, so for a total of 46 weeks of training. And so our public safety officers, they don't have nearly that magnitude of training.
And the starting pay is $31,000?
It'll be $31,000 up to $47,000, depending on, you know, education and experience.
And benefits?
Yes, they will get all the benefits that is afforded to us as well. And of course, they will be able to select exactly what they want. So,
And what about a car?
no, they will not be given a car starting out.
Okay. All
That's
right.
a great question.
Yeah. We'll get to that some other time.
Yeah.
What about the POW Club?
Well, I'm excited about the POW Club. So again, the POW Club is one of the units up under my umbrella. We're celebrating 82 years of existence here in Indianapolis. And so right now we have baseball going on and flag football. And so anyone that's interested, we're looking for young people and volunteers, adult volunteers to participate in our program. But I want the audience to know if they are interested in getting their young people involved in POW, please go to our website at indy-pow.org. And they can look at everything that we have to offer. The age group is anywhere from 8 years old to 16. And so again, we encourage our young people to come out and see what we have to offer. We operate out of the JTV Hill Center right there at 18th and Columbia. And Pastor Moore, you're very familiar with that location.
I don't know if I am or not. Am I?
You are. And so we're still operating out of that space. And so we have baseball. We have a kickoff coming up on May 14th. And so again, but we're still looking for young people to sign up for our programs. And again, we're ongoing. So PAL isn't going to stop when we end our baseball season or our flag football. We'll be going into our fall sports after that. So, but we're still here. We've never gone anywhere. And actually,
You're just underfunded.
but we're moving forward. Yes.
You're moving
Well,
forward.
maybe
but you,
some of the American Rescue dollars could help boost that up.
Yeah, well,
And we have been given some, and so we're in the process of working through all of those logistics. But we did get some funds to put toward our youth programming, and so we're excited about that.
Yeah. And there's another thing you wanted to talk about.
So along with the PAL Club, we just believe the importance of planting seeds early. And so for the first time, IMPD, we're going to host our Teen Academy. And it's going to be for middle school students. And we're looking, anywhere between 50 to 75 young people to really just introduce public safety to them, whether they decide to go into law enforcement or become a firefighter. It's just important that we educate them on what it takes to be successful. Because what I'm finding when it comes to recruiting, when we're going to these college events and other job fairs, that sometimes the decisions that people make in their younger days can really have an impact in how they navigate through our hiring process. So being able to educate our community on what it takes to be in this profession, I think is important. And the sooner we can get out there, the better. And so that's what the Teen Academy is all about. We'll be posting that, the applications online shortly, but it'll be June 27th through July the 1st. And so we're very excited to be hosting that Teen Academy.
All right. And if you're a teen and you would like to be involved, when does that start, you say?
June 27th.
June 27th.
June 27th is free. Let me say that. It's free. And again, it'll be June 27th through July 1st. So please follow us on our website, and you'll see more information about our IMPD Teen Academy.
are you an academy now? Is there an academy going on right now?
There is.
How many do you have in there now?
We have about 39 in the academy
How many
right
did you start out with?
We started out with 44. And so we're down to 39.
How many applications did you start?
That's good retention.
Yeah.
It is, and so we have that's the 24th recruit class.
Okay.
We have the 25th class that's in backgrounds right now. So they're in the background phase of that. Of course, that's where they're doing their physical and their psych evals and all of those. But we'll be testing for the 26th recruit class in late fall. So we have a lot of moving parts, a lot of opportunities for hire, and so. The applications are open now for the 26th process, and again, those that are interested in joining IMPD can go to our website and look for applications for the written exam late fall.
And the top age on that is?
It's between the ages of 26 and 40. 21 and 40.
21 and 40.
21 and 40. And let me say this as well. Starting pay is $53,000, a little over $53,000.
First year?
While you're in the academy.
Okay, while you're in the academy.
While you're in the academy. And then by the time you get to your second to third year, you're up to $75,000. And that's with all benefits as well.
What's the median age of an officer on the force right now?
Well, that is a great question, and I don't know. I need to research that, but I'll find out.
Yeah, let me know.
I will.
Because I would be an advocate for boosting that age up to 50.
Yeah. Well, and we are fortunate here just within the last year, because it used to be, you were on the mayor board, it used to be 36 was the cutoff.
Right.
And so we've got that raised, and so now it's gone from 21 to 36 to now 21 to 40.
Well, my rationale for saying that is I think if you're going to hire OGs and put them on the street to do patrols, a lot of them are well over 50.
Well, I know a personal friend of mine who just came through the Sheriff's Academy, and he's in his 50s.
Yeah.
And he's a sheriff now. So
I don't think it would be extraordinary to.
it depends on the condition that the individual is in
Absolutely.
and what they are choosing to do.
And I say it because there's such a challenge in getting recruits.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is something obviously would have to come through the city, mayor board, and mayor law, and our PERF, because that's who kind of
Yeah.
controls all that, and you're familiar with that.
Right.
But I'm with Pastor Moore. As long as that they are up for the challenge and they're fit to handle the responsibility, then
Got to do new things.
Yeah. I know we don't have.
We're out of time, aren't we?
Yeah, we're out of time.
I don't usually miss it.
Commend this. She's an exceptional
Yeah.
commander. Thank you for the work that you
but
do.
thank you. Thank you.
And we hope that you'll continue to excel with this department.
Yeah. Thank you. You've been a great guest, as
Thank
usual.
you.
Stay with us. We'll be back with the rundown. Well, welcome back. I'm your host, James Jackson.
Co-host Pastor Wayne Moore.
And your producer, Curtis Baker.
What an electrifying segment with Commander
Extraordinary lady,
Ida. Yep.
Yes.
lady behind the badge, phenomenal, inside and out, quality. I'm saying all that now since she's not here. But,
It's true, though.
It's true. It's definitely true. She's one of our finest right here in Indianapolis, and she carries it well.
Yep.
Well, I want to shout out to the Powell Club. I'm a product of the Powell Club when I was growing up, and it really was an instrumental part of shaping me. And I think that they're bringing it back. I don't know if they're bringing it back, it was always here, but it's something that I think the community should embrace.
It's underfunded.
Well, back
They're
then, I
increasing
don't think it was funded at all. I mean, I can't recall, we had uniforms, obviously, somebody funded it, but it was just one of those neighborhood sort of things. I think people have to really want it
We
and
put
get involved.
money into stuff we want to
wanted
be
to.
successful.
Yeah, you invest in what you value.
That's right.
Yeah, well, they did bring it back. But let me take these sponsors real quick. I have 30 seconds. Tamiko and Associates, Lavinia Summers Home of Funerals, Marion County Public Health Department, Lee Castle and Crawley Owls, Modern Clothing and Shoes, Northside Window and Gutter Cleaning, Fervent Care Christian Academy, and His Place Eatery, my favorite place on Friday.
Good job.
And I'm gonna invite you guys, you've already invited, but I want to make sure, can we get the shot of this real quick?
God bless you, Aunt
Somebody?
Aunt Jeanette,
Have a good night.
we're going to bring you on the show one day.
She would, I tell
I
you.
would love to see you without him in the picture.